Solihull Council has become the latest authority to announce it intends to join a new West Midlands Combined Authority following 6 months of deliberation. The decision to come on board has only been given in principle and, according to the leader, depends on how much benefit a so-called Midlands powerhouse could bring to the people of Solihull. Well, Amy Cole joins me now in the studio, so this appetite for devolving power seems to be gathering pace.
Indeed it does. This is how a map of the potential combined authority or Midlands powerhouse is shaping up. As you can see, Birmingham and all the Black Country councils are completely on board and have been talking for some time about working collaboratively. They're keen to take some of the power and spending decisions away from Whitehall. Yesterday, Coventry City Council committed itself to the project, despite some scepticism from residents. And last night, Solihull Council also announced it will, in principle, join in.
We've been very careful. We've had to make sure that what we're doing is right for the people of Solihull. And I believe we're in a position now, after the last 6 months of discussion, to ask my council to give us permission to go to the next stage. Because it's always going to be about Solihull comes first, but actually we look at the regional perspective to see what we can do to improve the lot of everyone, including the people of Solihull.
Being part of a combined authority is about looking at what additional benefits can be gained from working in partnership rather than individually. The three main factors that a powerhouse is keen to drive forward are creating more housing in areas where there's high demand for it, such as Sandwell, creating more jobs and boosting local skills, something that Solihull's in favour of, and improving infrastructure, such as providing better rail links.
So where we create the jobs, we're able to have transport links to get people to the jobs. So people living in, if we create new jobs in Solihull or Coventry or Dudley or wherever in the region, we can get people to those jobs. So we've got to get the local transport infrastructure absolutely right. And that is one of the key things that we'll be saying to government.
There's also talk of expanding the local enterprise zones as well. Ultimately, all the authorities are keenly aware that the only way they're going to get control over spending money locally is by working together and not in isolation.
Amy, thank you very much. Well, with me now is John Lamb from the Birmingham Chamber of Commerce. Good evening to you.
Good evening.
If you're a supporter of this Midlands powerhouse concept, the last 24 hours have been really good news, hasn't it?
Fantastic news, yes, and we see it as a real opportunity to turn this area into an economic powerhouse. With the more come together like this, and right at the heart of it, of course, will be Solihull, with the airport, the NEC, and the proposed HS2 station right next on its doorstep.
But do people feel slightly sort of forced into it by the government, central government?
I think there is an element of that, but then it does make sense. I think the government has made it clear that they will only talk to combined authorities, and also they're asking for an elected mayor as well, which is probably going to be a big sticking point in this region.
Is there any concern that a big lumbering authority might not work? Because we had the experience with West Midlands County Council all those years ago, didn't we? And that was abolished. It
was, yes. I think this has got more economic power, and I think the big point is that there will be, we hope, an elected mayor, and he'll be able to, or she will be able to control the affairs more steadily than a huge bureaucracy, which we certainly don't want.
Do you have any concept of a timetable at this stage?
I haven't heard any, no, but we're looking for it to be fairly quick if we can, because there's a lot of work to do.
Is there a concern that we're sort of being left behind by Manchester?
Yes, I think there has been that sort of has been going around, and they're well ahead of us. So now we must catch up and really capitalise on the tremendous businesses that we have here in the West Midlands.
John Lamb, thanks very much indeed. A Birmingham